Hi everybody, this is Michelle with Creative Operation and Country Craft Creations. I hope you're having a great day and I have been having a lot of fun. I have been working with the leftovers that I had from my design team package that I had created an album for Country Craft Creations. This is using 49 and Market's Nature's Haven, and I did a full tutorial on this. This is a tri-fold folio album that is loaded with space to put lots and lots and lots of pictures. But when I got done with this, I had some papers left over, so I wanted to share with you what I ended up doing with those. I made two other projects. I'm not going to do a full tutorial, but I am going to talk you through what I did and what I used from Country Craft Creations. I got some new toys that I decided to play with and kind of work on that. So anyway, long oration to show you what I'm doing. I'm not doing a tutorial, but I will talk you through it. So I did have a couple 12 by 12 pieces of paper left over, so I did decide to do a layout with one. And with the layout for this, I did use my brand new Anna Griffin embossing folders. So I got the ribbon border cut and emboss folders, and then I got the anniversary paper tricks embossing folders. This one does all kinds of different things, so you can do rosettes and all kinds of fun things. This one does really beautiful embossed borders, and I just wanted to play with both of those for my layout. So that was kind of the idea behind it. So I did use the rose ribbon border, and I also used the fancy folded box pleated folder. Now for this one here, I did do kind of a walkthrough of the embossing folders that I did purchase from Country Craft Creations, and it kind of gave a few little hints and tips when I did that, so I'll put that video down below. But what I ended up doing was doing two strips of this box pleat and put those together, put that on the bottom, and then I used the embossing folder, the rose ribbon border, over top of that. So I used Natural Artisan Cardstock for the box pleat, and then I used white for the ribbon border, and then I used a little piece of pink checked paper over top of that, and I just layered those down at the bottom. I did raise it up from the bottom just a little bit because I really wanted that little bee to show, so I did put it up a little bit. The green paper here is from the 49 and Market collection. It was the last piece of solid that I had left over after I made this, and I'll show you that. And then I just trimmed this down to the pattern paper to 11.5 by 11.5 and centered that. And then I used scraps to make the photo mats, and the photo mats are 4 by 6, and then I cut the frames here at 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. So I did that, layered those so you could put pictures underneath everything, and then I used kind of the last die cuts that I had left over. And again, kind of going backwards because I did this before I did the layout, but I'll show you that. Used this cute little wooden stand, and I layered the teapot with the strawberries in it on top of that. And then over here they had a big circular kind of frame, and what I did was I tucked it behind this photo and then layered it over top. So again, you can put your photos underneath everything. I did make sure that that would happen. I put a couple of the mushrooms underneath the photo, and then I did put a couple of the ladybugs there. This said here, perfectly imperfect, and I just cut off the imperfect part and then put that kind of peeking out the side there. And then I used some of the crinkle ribbon and just put a bow right in the middle of it. And I just thought that turned out to be really gorgeous. I love the look of this layout. I like the 3D effect, and I like the fact that, you know, you've got all these beautiful pieces that'll kind of tuck over your folder or your picture, excuse me, and give that a little bit of more dimension to it. And I just thought that was super pretty. So that was the layout I made. And then that came after I made this. Now this was a pre-made 49 and Market Create an Album Waterfall set that I bought from Country Craft Creations. And I thought, well, you know, it's perfect. It's from 49 and Market. I'm using 49 and Market papers, and I wanted to use some pieces on this. So I used a lot of the die cuts up and created this little album. So it does have closures with the set for each one, and I used one of the waterfalls from the package. So here's the front here, and I did put the brads through this ViewMaster reel here on the front cover. I layered one of the really beautiful laser cuts here with the wagon and the flowers and the strawberries and everything. This was one of the die cuts that I just put on the cover there. And then I'll just show you the back here. I used the wagon wheel on the back. Okay, and then of course it opens up with this string closure. And when you open this up, I trimmed the balloon down on the side to fit, and then used the word New Beginnings, and then opened it up, and I did kind of a sideways waterfall. So here I did use one of the last tags that I had and the teapot here, and I just created a little tag pocket, and then I took the last Viewmaster reel and I just put it on a piece of the paper and created another little photo spot there. Then you open it up. I layered some of the die cuts and the word enjoy here. This one said enjoy the silence, and I cut the silence off of that and just put enjoy there. That had little slide photo frames, and I used some of the coordinating pattern paper and put the photo there, or put the mat there so you could put a photo in here. And I layered the teapot and the strawberry there. Here I took the crate, and the crate was cut so you could tuck things in it. So I tucked the honey jars here, put one in front, layered the bee there. Can you guys see that? And then the love this. And I did cut off, I think it said place, love this place. I just cut off place and put love this. So you could alter those word phrases if you want to. This one I just left plain. I just thought the paper was so pretty. I just left that one plain. Here I used another one of the slides with the coordinating solids, layered some strawberries here and put a little snail up there. Here I put a little label and then a couple of the strawberries here. The ladybug down here, I did add her as well. This one I did cut the frame to make photo corners, so you can tuck a photo underneath there to put a photo in this spot. So I just wanted to try that technique one more time. And then I used the last slide here. And then I took the bucket, then the bucket was not cut so that you could tuck things in. So I just did a little slit there and then added all these mushrooms in it. So it's a bucket of mushrooms there. And then on the inside page, I took this piece here, was one of the die cuts, and I just made it into a pocket. I layered the strawberries with a day to remember here, and then in the pocket, I put some leftovers. So I had a ticket left over, the little tag. I had 3 of the little file cards, and then another bigger tag. And then I used up all the rest of my seam binding to put around the tags there, and the last of my pink jute twine there, and then I just filled that up. So then this will all close up. Cute little waterfall mini album. I just thought that was adorable. This is, on its own, so I don't plan on putting it into, the album that I made originally. This has plenty in it as it is. So yeah, here's my main project. I'll have links down below for that. And then I just used scraps and the leftover die cuts to decorate this really cute album from a waterfall set that I bought from Country Craft Creations. And then I also have my layout, my 12 by 12 layout, using my Griffin folders that I had purchased from Country Craft Creations down below here. So anyway, that's what I wanted to show you today. So I just had a lot of fun with this, and I think that I was able to really use this to its fullest advantage and get a lot of stuff out of it. So thanks so much for watching, and check the links down below if you would like to go purchase these things, the embossing folders and all that stuff. The paper collection is absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an awesome, amazing day, and I will see you again soon with more things. All right, stay crafty. Bye-bye.